to thank you all for coming today. My name is Dale Perry, and I'm here to inform Alfred State students about the leading edge in the green movement, hydrogen-powered cargo ships. As you can see, an average container ship burns 14 tons of residual fuel every year, each hour. Annually, that's 97,400 tons of fuel. A quote from a speech by politician Ed Markey said, "Detroit is saying that the hydrogen vehicles are vehicles of the future." That can never be more true. Cargo ships on average burn 14 tons of fuel an hour. At roughly $1.95 a gallon, that's $7,616 a day. On the contrary, hydrogen can be created for minimal cost or even free, with the biggest benefit of hydrogen being the lack of impact on the environment. Today I'm going to talk about our concept ship, as well as the benefits over diesel-powered ships. Unlike with diesel, hydrogen only uses water and electricity to create power. As described by Richard Goodwin from the H Power Corporation, the hydrogen is separated from the water inside a fuel cell, as electricity is introduced into the ion exchange membrane, which is the center plate in this picture here. As you can see, on the left side, the red is the hydrogen bubbles, and the right side, the blue is the oxygen bubbles, after they've gone through the center plate, and as we create, through a positive and negative charge, the interaction is created. The powerful hydrogen and its use rid of the oxygen. Hydrogen is then collected and stored in tanks to later be used to power the engines. With using hydrogen in a large ship, you can also create more fuel by having either solar panels or wind turbines on the upper deck, where it can recharge and create more fuel for the ship. Being produced by water, there is no mining, drilling, or any means of extraction needed to create fuel for the ships, as if there is when you have to remove fossil fuels from the earth. Also, unlike fossil fuels, there is no carbon dioxide produced by the ship's exhaust, and therefore it does not contribute to the hole in our ozone, which is very crucial at this time because with the ever-pending global warming, we cannot afford any large hole in our ozone. Instead, the exhaust only produces water, which runs right back into the ocean without any pollution. An amazing fact from the Marine Insight News Network says, by using hydrogen instead of diesel fuel, each ship saves 97,000 tons of fuel per year. And there's a picture of the traditional non-hydrogen powered ship. It's powered by diesel, and that massive amount of pollution it releases into the air and into the ozone. Here's our concept, the Ocean Jet. It was designed by Dr. Neil Richardson and Dr. Steve Turnock. And the ship was designed, those were our two leading engineers at the Green Steam Corporation. Unlike traditional cargo ships, which travel 25 knots, the Ocean Jet is capable of 65 knot cruising speed, which means it can make the same trip in half the time. It's a catamaran-style ship. It has two hulls, and in the middle it allows water, waves, and air to pass through, making the ship more agile, as well as being able to handle rough seas, and actually the two hulls make it more fuel efficient as well. It is powered by 4 Boeing 747 turbines. These provide more than enough power to move such a large ship, and and especially with the hydrogen, they are very capable of overpowering the ship and moving very quickly through the water. They're also on a swivel to where they can rotate 90 degrees and allow the ship to move directly sideways for when docking, or any tricky maneuvers you might have to do entering the ports. The Ocean Jet will have 10 hydrogen storage tanks below deck, which will store extra fuel for them to use as needed. And it's more than enough fuel for them to travel from the United States to China. Along with these tanks are both solar panels and windmills on the upper deck to restore the hydrogen tanks if needed for even longer trips. In theory, it could travel forever. But for the weakling would be the human beings on board needing supplies. If you look at the picture above, that is the concept that we'll be looking at. It's a very straightforward concept. It really kind of hides the fact that it's so technologically advanced. To conclude, with the push from college students like yourself, companies are pursuing more and more green options. And with the knowledge and ambition of young professionals, this concept ship can become a reality. As Theo Nadelboom from the Institute of Transport and Maritime Management says in his 50-year projection, by the use of lighter materials, lighter and stronger propellers, and alternative fuel sources, such as hydrogen and ethanol, we can revolutionize the cargo shipping industry. But unfortunately, there is a substantial initial cost that as with any real green movement, but after the initial investment, there is no fuel cost. Therefore, it will pay for itself and then continue to be paying you over time. Is there any questions? Thank you all.